Good evening. My name is Vijesh Kumar and I'm here with the third lesson of my English language videos. And in this lesson, we are going to discuss about some and any. In lesson 3, we are going to discuss about some and any. Some and any, both of them are used with the plural countable nouns. We use some and any with plural countable nouns. There are some apples in the basket. Are there any oranges in basket? Both of them are also used with uncountable nouns, as we have already discussed in our previous class that A and N are used with countable singular noun and some is used with uncountable noun. So both some and any can be used with uncountable noun as well. There is some tea in the cup. So tea is uncountable noun and we have used some with it. So with uncountable noun we use some. There is not any milk in the jug. Milk is again uncountable noun and with uncountable noun we have used any. So some is used, so what have we discussed? What is the difference in between these two sentences, sentence with some and sentence with any? We have noticed that in all affirmative sentences we have used some, and with interrogatives and negatives we have used any. So some is used with affirmative sentences. There are some boys in the ground. This is affirmative sentence and we have used some. There is some syrup in the bottle. Syrup is again uncountable noun and it is affirmative sentence. With affirmative sentence we use some. So any is used in interrogative sentences. Not only in interrogative, but it is used in interrogative and negative sentences. There is not any girl in this mention of not any. So this is a negative sentence. With negative sentences we use any. There is not any girl in the class. Are there any students in the library? So this is a question, interrogative interrogative sentence. With interrogative sentences we use any, we don't use some. Some is used in interrogative sentences when we make a request and we expect a positive response. This is exception. This is exception. With all these we do not use. With the interrogatives in routine we don't use some, we use any. But when we make a request and we expect a positive response, we use some. I need your time. Will you please spare some time for me? Spare. Will you please spare some time for me? When we made a request and we expect a positive response, we use some in interrogative sentences as well. So till now what we have discussed in some and any, with interrogative sentences and negative sentences we use any, and with affirmative sentences we use some. Both some and any are used with plural countable nouns and they are also used with uncountable noun. That's all for the day. That's all for the lesson. That's all for the day. Thank you very much for listening, for watching to us so patiently. Let's take this test, use some or any. We need taste bananas. Here we use some bananas because it is an affirmative sentence. You cannot buy, so negation is here. With negative sentences we use any. You cannot buy any markers from this shop. Is there day sugar in the jar? Again, this is a question. With interrogatives we use any. I want some of my friends. It's affirmative sentence. With affirmative sentences we use some. I want some of my friends to join me in this cause. Are there, again this is a question, we use any. Are there any boys in the garden? There is, against affirmative sentence we use some. There is some important information in these papers. There are, again, it's an affirmative sentence. There are some stamps in my collection. There were flowers in the vase. So this is an affirmative sentence. We use some. There were some flowers in my vase. Have you eaten any apples? Interrogative sentence. I want to resolve some of my issues. So till now what we have discussed, the sentences that are interrogatives and negatives we use any, and with affirmative sentences we use some. Thank you very much.